What's happening, boys and girls? My name's the Anther Metal. Welcome to Today in Gaming. So we got a few different things to cover today, and just gonna run down the list here of just the kind of things I wrote out, and blah, 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 blah. And we're gonna see exactly, we got some actually pretty decent news today. More of it's continuation of stories we've already heard about, things we've already known. So hopefully, these are just gonna add a little bit to those stories, and maybe you'll learn something new today. Maybe we'll find out some new stories and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and kick it off here. So first things up, we have more rumors, more information about not really information, but just speculation of there's a new Zombies DLC coming out, specifically Treyarch version of Zombies, like the OG Zombies. So there's supposedly a new zombie DLC called Zombie Chronicles, and it's going to be 8 maps, 3 from World at War, 4 from Black Ops, and 1 from Black Ops 2. They're going to be, of course, all remastered. Supposedly, the rumor is that it's going to actually come out as a physical release disc as well. So if you don't have it, you can just buy that disc. If you don't want to buy the DLC online, you can go to the stores, buy the disc. Why they would do physical media like that for everything that has been DLC up to this point, I don't know, but cool. If not, if you just want to play zombies, it'd be badass if it was just like a super zombie-centric game and you could just buy that and only play that mode. I've speculated for a long time that would be something that I definitely would play. If it was just like a straight up zombie centric game, through the Black Ops storyline, maybe we'll see that. Who knows? But just keep an eye on that story. Further with the Call of Duty news is that Call of Duty World War II on Twitter, someone tweeted out, one of the heads of Sledgehammer Games said, "Hey, are there going to be female characters in multiplayer we can play as?" And he said, "Yeah, there will be." So be on the lookout for those characters in there. So we will, going back to World War II, we will have female playable characters, at least in multiplayer. There have been rumors that you'll be playing a French female resistance officer as well in the campaign. Nothing is conclusive yet because we really don't have too much of a look at the game. We've only really got that one trailer. Doesn't really show us too much, but there's some kind of good things coming out of that. At least there's some diversity, even though it's going back to the past. So further on, in some backward compatibility news, Geometry Wars 2 and 3 both have been added to the Xbox One backward compatibility, so pick them up if you want. Fun games, super tough when they get into the higher levels. You never know, you can have some fun there. Then so somebody tweeted at Phil Spencer as well and asked about the Fable franchise, and Phil Spencer said it ain't dead, which is pretty good news. It's kind of crazy though, because Lionhead Studios is defunct as of last year. Fable Legends was canceled pretty unceremoniously, which leads a lot of doubt into the question of the future of the franchise. But when the head of Xbox says, "Hey, it still is something that we can do," really we hope to see something in the future with that. And I mean, we don't want Fable the Journey. We don't really want Fable Legends because it was still kind of weird. Really, if we can get all the way back to, say, Fable 2 days, that would be ideal. But we'll just keep an eye out on that. Just keep your ear to the ground, for the coming drums of if there's any Fable news. Moving on, next week we are getting a game called NBA Playgrounds, which looks to be a cross between NBA Street and NBA Jam. If you remember those two series at all, because I fondly did, freaking awesome. It looks amazing, looks super fun, and it looks like that great casual, fun party game even. I mean, you may even see it in an arcade. I know arcades still exist, right? So I would definitely check it out. It just looks like a good old-fashioned, fun basketball game that doesn't require a lot of skill, but it requires a little bit of just having. It looks like fun. All right. And next up, so we also got some information about the Sony E3 press conference. They get its official date on June 12th. It will be I didn't get the time, but it's going to be Sony's E3 conference. Going to be on June 12th. Microsoft's Xbox conference is going to be the day before on June 11th. So we'll see how that plays off there. We're expecting to see a lot of stuff from Scorpio at E3 from Microsoft. Not really sure too much about Sony, what they're going to show off. Hopefully, for me, Final Fantasy VII. I want more of it. I need more of it. Give me Final Fantasy VII already. Anywho, the next thing is on Ubisoft's French Facebook page. They posted a really cryptic message, and it was a picture of an island and like a kind of a faraway shot where you see the island, then you see the underneath, and underneath it was all big skull. And in French, there was a phrase that ended up being translated to an island we never really left. I'm going to try and read this French phrase. I took French, so mine as well. Une île que l'on n'a vraiment quitté. I don't know, something like that. Essentially, it looks very similar to the island from Far Cry 3. If you can remember that game, it was amazing. If you haven't played it, go play it because it's great. Anyways, then if you follow the link there, in the comments, there was actually a picture of Voss with the caption, Voss being the villain of Far Cry 3, with the caption that in French said, Toujours plus de folie, suivez-nous sur Instagram, which basically just means still more madness or insanity. Follow us on Instagram. If you follow that link to their Instagram page, there was another picture, further of course, that said, Est-ce que je t'ai déjà donné la définition du mot folie? Which actually translates to Voss's most famous phrase, have I ever told you the definition of insanity? And so what are we going to get from this? Is it just teasing, hey, it's like, I think it's its 5th anniversary. I think it was released in 2012. So are we going to get anything from that? It honestly looks to me like my speculation is that it's a remaster that might be coming out. Or it could just be teasing anniversary stuff. Just being like, hey, game came out, 5 years ago. Cool. So the next story I'd like to share is a little bit of awesome mixed with a little bit of sad. So PopCap Games, the gaming studio that is behind Bejeweled, Peggle, and the Plants vs. Zombies series, unfortunately had to lay off some of their employees today. Well, the inspiring and awesome part of this comes from the community of other gaming companies all reaching out to the affected employees that were laid off from PopCap Games. They started reaching out to them. We had representatives from the likes of Bethesda, Bungie, Rare, all coming together, and there's many other companies in here, so it's not just those, saying, hey, you know what, y'all might fit in here, come check us out, here's the jobs that we are currently offering. Some of them straight up just saying, here's some job offers. So it was really cool seeing the gaming community come together and really try and help each of their own out, and because it can be really tough for developers to stay in one place for a given period of time, really hard on them and their families. So just a really inspiring story, and hopefully they can get jobs and landed at these other companies. We can see their talents put back to great use. Last stories that I wanted to share is just a couple of extra media things. Talked about yesterday the Dark Tower teasers that came out. We got the full-on release trailer, and oh my god, it looks awesome. Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black, and Idris Elba as the gunslinger Roland. Man, I am so pumped for this movie. August 4th is when it comes out. I highly recommend to check out the trailer and go see it, because it's going to be amazing. Amazing. Then the last thing is we also got a trailer for Marvel's The Defenders. So the Defenders are the 4 people, the stories that we followed on Netflix. So Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. Personally, haven't really watched them. I am way behind on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it looks to be pretty entertaining at least, and hopefully it'll make up for those bad review scores that Iron Fist got, Anyways, everything I've talked about, I'm going to share the links down below. If you have anything else you want to talk to me about, if you think I missed a story that deserves more coverage, let me know. Again, I really appreciate all of you. I love you. Please hit the like button, hit a subscribe if this is your first time here, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Anthem Metal, I'm out.